Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to be talking about personal income tax exemptions, and I'm going to explain how the exemptions work and how many you might qualify for. So I'm going to get the video started here and we'll walk through this together. So for the personal income tax exemptions, you're allowed one personal exemption for yourself and one for your spouse. So if you're filing a tax return just by yourself, you'll get one exemption. If you're filing with a spouse, you'll get two. Now, to qualify as an exemption for, say, for yourself or for your spouse, neither of you can be claimed as dependents on someone else's tax return. So you can't have your parents claiming you as dependents because they would get the exemption. So the IRS just doesn't want two exemptions to go out for the same person, basically, is what's happening here. So just make sure you're not being claimed by someone else. Now, if you and your spouse file separate returns, you can claim your spouse as an exemption if they don't have any income to report. So, I mean, hopefully you understand that. If you're both filing separate returns to the IRS, the other spouse, if you're going to claim them, they have to have no earned income. Okay, so that's how that works. Exactly how the exemptions work: if, say, an unfortunate event happened and you experienced the death of a spouse in the previous year, then you can claim the deceased spouse as an exemption. So that's a certain case where they allow you to claim that exemption. You are allowed an additional exemption for each qualifying dependent. So you could have a lot of exemptions out there. There isn't necessarily a cap. I mean, you could have 6, 7 exemptions as long as you qualify. The dependent must be your child, stepchild, foster child, brother, sister, or any descendant of them. Exemption qualifiers: the child must be under the age of 19 and under the age of 24 if they are a full-time college student. So this is the case for a lot of people out there that have kids in college, but once they, on their 25th birthday, you can no longer claim them as a dependent, and a lot of people still do try to get away with it, but you can't. So there are age requirements on this. If they aren't in college full-time is stated as at least 12 credits per semester. So you may want to have some documentation from that college or university proving that your kid is a full-time student, just in case you were to get an audit, because they may request, just a documentation through the mail that you'd have to send to prove that that dependent is a full-time student. Now, the dependent must have lived with you for more than half of the year. And again, you're going to need some proof of this, maybe some mail that has been sent that's dated, anything else, the more documentation you have, the better, just in case. The child must have not provided more than half of his or her own support. So you have to determine if the child that you're supporting and claiming as an exemption had a job, if they're able to support at least half the cost for themselves, you can't report them as an exemption. So again, that's an area that people overlook and really don't understand. So make sure that you're following the rules on that. At our website, HarborFinancialOnline.com, you can use our online tax calculator estimator, and you can put in different amounts of dependents, and then it would give you the number of exemptions and show you how much of a deduction you're going to receive, because with each dependent you get an additional exemption, and it's a substantial amount, and it really can increase your refund quite a bit. What I want to do now is take you to our website, and then I'm going to take you to the part of the tax return that has the dependents and the exemptions, and show you that form real quick, okay? That's going to be on your regular Form 1040, but I want to show you the area on the tax return that has this. So here's our website, harborfinancialonline.com. You can, again, use our estimator, put in the number of dependents, and see how the exemptions will affect your refund and your taxes. And you can prepare the return directly online through this site. Okay, so here's your normal 1040, which you're used to seeing most likely. Now, in this box here, exemptions, this is where you're going to claim yourself. You get an exemption, so it would carry one across to here, okay? Your spouse would carry another one across to here, so you would have, now you would have two, because you have yourself and your spouse, and you would get two right there, okay, in this box. Now this is for all the dependents in these boxes here. If you have, you can see over here, if you have more than 4 dependents, then you'll add an additional box form that'll total up all those, so you're not capped just at the amount of lines here. Now if you do your return directly online, it's automatically going to fill in this box for you, and you don't have to enter in all. You'll enter, it'll ask you the questions, and you'll enter in the information of that dependent, but you wouldn't have to fill out this whole box, and you don't take the chance of making any errors. So I would recommend, if you can do the return online, go for it, because the exemptions is a big part as far as your deductions and write-offs. So I would make sure you utilize that if you can. Now the IRS Publication 501 offers more information on exemptions, you can see here. So if you need to read up a little bit more on the exemptions to see if they qualify, I would recommend looking at this form. Again, it's Publication 501, and you can go to the irs.gov, put that in the search box, it'll bring this form up. And it's a pretty long document that details everything with dependents and exemptions and different examples and cases. So you can probably, most likely, find the situation that applies to you if you're unsure if that person would qualify. So let me get back to the video. Now if you have any questions on the personal exemptions, give me an email at expert@harborfinancialonline.com. I'll answer any questions you guys have regarding this or other credits and deductions. I appreciate you watching the videos. We're getting a lot of good feedback. If you have any suggestions on future videos that you would like me to present, I'd be happy to do those for you guys. So just send me an email, let me know. And check out our website at harborfinancialonline.com. You can prepare the return directly online, or just check out our online calculator estimator if you want to get an idea of what your refund might be. So thank you, and hopefully you check out some of my future videos.